Disruptive Podcast.
The Disruptive Podcast.
Yeah. Okay. Hey guys, welcome back. This is episode 2 of season 1. No, you're right there.
This is all natural. Hey, there's a red circle, right? Yep.
See
Can you turn the camera, the little thing so it faces us?
You hear what she said? Do you see how I treat women? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it flips. So this is episode 2, and the name of this episode is "Women Intimidate Me," specifically me, but I know women intimidate all men.
They do.
Yeah, men can act all like bitches on my dick. No, dude, no, it doesn't work that way.
Women should intimidate.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Women should intimidate.
You heard that? Women should intimidate you.
And why is that? Could you expand?
Why don't you think that we're intimidated by you guys? Men intimidate us more so, if anything.
Really?
I think no.
I mean, I won't delve into this.
I was gonna.
harassment.
Oh shit.
Being a woman, but
But
yeah. on a purely relationship, yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah, I think both genders are intimidated by each other.
Right. I just feel that I don't know what to do with my hands and like my face.
you go, hi.
Do you want?
How are you?
I mean,
My
my
name's
boyfriend's all
Phil.
shoulders, so like I get that. I feel like it's the same way.
So
It's like I feel like there's a point where you want to say something but you don't know what to say. You don't know what kind of person that person is. Like say like you see someone like yo, she's attractive. What do I do?
no,
I'm like,
you're
yo,
saying,
hey.
yo, she kind of bad.
What's up? It's that. Yeah, but
Exactly.
see, if you have too much confidence, then you're like, hey, what you saying? It's like the same shit. Then you look like a fuckboy. You look like a dumbass.
Yeah.
It's a really small margin of being
confident.
and
That's
enough to be like nervousy, but it's like a
Yeah. I
So,
mean,
cocktail for
it starts with
disaster.
your intentions, right? If you're just trying to take her home that night, you can be the asshole of life because who cares if she likes your personality?
Yes, Spencer.
I did not say that.
Oh my.
I definitely did not say that.
She didn't say it. We didn't say it. That didn't happen. But okay, besides that point, like I'm saying, women, I feel like, in my opinion, are very judgmental.
Yeah, because women are trained to listen to that same question you'd hear at like family dinners. What are your intentions with my daughter? And so that's why they intimidate you, because that's what she's thinking. What do you want?
What are you?
What you want?
you
yeah,
want with me?
okay.
And
Okay.
if you are like, I just thought you were pretty, it's like, are you going to pick this flower or are you going to stare at it and move on? What do you want?
Yeah. Okay.
There you go, Spencer.
Any tips to make the process easier? Say if you know what you want. Say if it's something you want to build upon.
Yeah.
What are some things or tips you would suggest? Because women can read guys easily. I know that for a fact. I grew up with all women in my family. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
You guys know what we're thinking
You're
100
obvious.
meters away.
You guys are so
You're like, yep, look at this guy's coming up. Look, watch, right? Kind of stuff, right? From the peripheral. Look,
Yeah, it's like
he's eyeing me. Is he and you guys are looking at each other. Is he still looking at me? Yeah, he's looking at you, right? We know that.
Like, do you guys?
Guys are like this.
intentionally
Guys are
intimidate
like
us?
this,
Like if you see us coming up.
You just like we're like
Yeah.
dumb. We look dumb.
And I was just talking about the other day about how easily men can also be encouraged to talk to a girl based off lies. Like, it could be like, oh my God, she's looking at you. Oh my God, she likes your shirt. And guys will be like, run
Really?
as fucking hell.
Nah, yo.
They'll be like, oh my God, she digs me. Her
But-
friend told me. I could be
Yo,
fully
Jason,
lying.
like, what's the thing I
Fully
do though? Like, say if I saw a really attractive girl at one party, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna say something. You know what? No, I'm not gonna say something.
I mean,
He was like, do it, and I was like, I'm a bitch. I can't. I'm a bitch.
if she's really good looking, you're like, I don't know if I can do it. And I don't
Yeah.
know if I can do it. And I have to psych you up.
Yeah.
You're always probably the most confident guy in the room.
So then why do you gotta get psyched up? So that's the
'Cause
psychological
it's a-
issue
it's
if
a
women are intimidating you.
It's, yeah, I guess it's all me then.
No, it's because guys will take anything. They will take anything and everything and
We
blow it out of
overthink.
we blow it out of proportion.
Yeah.
Like, yo, she just looked at me.
I think it's also like women are so in between the lines. You guys are looking for like something that doesn't exist.
Yeah,
You're like,
no,
she's
see,
gonna.
that-
It's a
something
thing. I feel like guys already.
See? Yeah.
I don't think people talk about enough, but guys have this self-confidence issue with their bodies as well. In the sense, like, we don't look like Michael B. Jordan. Look, that guy's a god, right? We don't look like Ryan Gosling. We don't look like fucking what's that other guy that the actor? He's in every movie now. Skinny guy. No. Well, him too. But
Skinny guy.
but the guy that's in like he's he was in the movie. No, he's a skinny little kid, but not a kid. He's like our age. Timothy Chalamet.
Oh,
No, but see, that's a taste. But
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
what I'm
You're
saying
you're
is
not
that
the typical. If you're not the typical cute guy.
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
and you see, you're like, damn, she's
Honestly-
in her Pinterest. She wants these. She doesn't want this.
Mm,
You know,
that was
that-
big sad.
Exactly, but that goes through guys. That's dead ass what guys go through.
Honestly, I think men mess up
that's not
when they try to speak like women. Like we said, like I can
Speak
read really.
like
Yeah,
women.
listen. So you guys try and go in between the lines because that's how girls talk.
Mm-hmm.
We see you coming. So be your like straightforward.
Be your caveman self.
Yeah, actually, because then I'm not gonna be looking for a lie.
Boobies.
No, because then I'll know. Oh, he just wants to fuck. Literally be like boobies, and I'll be like, okay, sick. I get what you want.
Hey, yo, what up, boobies?
Message
And-
received.
And to be fair, a girl just might be like, okay. And you're like, I'm glad you just didn't lie to me. That's attractive, I guess. So
Honesty.
girls are also dirty. Don't get twisted. They want one night stands. They will be like, oh, dick. I don't actually even say his face at all. So girls are messed up, man. They probably think the same way.
Okay,
It
so
comes to
now
being, you
we
know,
understand it goes both ways.
It goes
Oh,
both ways.
100%. I don't know why guys always think that like girls are like these like weird sexually elite relationship masters, like they're tweakers, and the same thing is like men being too literal. Girls go so like into the cut where you're like, did you write a story? And are you telling me fan fiction right now? Who is this about? Like, I swear he's got another girl on the side. She lives in Mexico. I've never met her, but I know because he's texting this Mexico number. It's like, are you sure it's not a prank call or like a
Yeah.
telemarketer? But okay. And those are the things, man.
Is
Just be straightforward.
What
'cause-
about like the memes or like the screenshots? Like, have you seen the one where a girl's like investigating, and she's like, zooms in a picture. Who's that toe? And it's got like nail polish, or
Do you guys actually
is that?
Yes.
Oh shit!
We are registered in the FBI somewhere. as a
Yeah,
secret
NSA, CIA, FBI shit. Like
Yeah,
it's all,
seriously, it's like-
I'm
you
pretty
guys have your
sure
connection, you have
FBI
your
is all
connection,
women.
you have
They're
I don't know. It's like, and it's like a training maybe because I don't actually think I like.
you guys
obviously-
have better like data in your head to recognize
It's
someone than Facebook's facial recognition. You get like that toe belongs to this bitch. I know that, right?
Well, also because I think we have more of a capacity to make assumptions or see patterns than men do. That's where it comes from, and being like, oh no, someone like that would probably be friends with him. So like that's probably, and then connecting the dots in a
So
way.
you guys have like this whole detective board with the yarn in your heads. Like,
just
this
all in your
goes
head.
with-
It's just
Oh,
all in
yeah.
your head.
Wow, guys don't do that. We're like, yo, this is my friend. Oh, cool. That's it. Delete. Control, delete.
You know,
And
guys are just very
men
simple.
overact
very-
because they're physical. They'll be like,
I feel like we're like not even as evolved as women.
Nah, yo, that ass guys are literally above level like, in terms of like.
Well, that's where like mansplaining comes into, where like girls like, okay, here's something, and the guy's like, oh yeah, let me capitalize on that. Let me really just like, you're actually not showing interest right now. You're doing a lot. This isn't supportive. And so even the mansplaining thing that I think is a problem that's not a problem is men thinking they're sharing the conversation and are equally excited. Being
Yeah.
like, oh, she likes this too. Let's talk about it. But it actually being like, this
Let
is the
me talk.
conversation. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just like.
See, but that's hard because then like a guy will what you said will think, oh my god, this is it, this is the conversation. But then you will never know. It's because a girl won't really say it.
See, I
You
think
know?
relationships are
Like
it's
that-
like the
Yeah,
Bermuda
no.
Triangle.
The girls, honestly, because like we said, we see a lot of things. We'll just make our judgment and move on and not tell you because I'm not your mom. I'm
But
not
see-
gonna be like, hey, you shouldn't have said that. I'm just gonna be like, bye. Don't want to do that anymore. I'm not gonna talk to this
okay,
guy.
there's things some people, have this thing that they didn't know, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you tell them, it can make them better. You can educate them,
Oh,
and it doesn't
yeah.
take anything away, right? It helps you
Yeah.
and that person, and it creates another path or like another channel to, these things were broken. Now we can create a new flow.
Yeah, if I'm gonna give, I'm still giving energy into that person. So
If
either
you're
we're,
interested
like,
anyway, yeah,
exactly.
so,
it's got to be
yeah.
like relationship building. If like some asshole is like, hey girl, I like your, I'm not gonna be like, hey, that's not how you should talk to women. I'm just gonna be like, gonna keep it walking. Like fuck this asshole. Because at the end of the day, even if I was like, you know what, let me sit down and explain it to you. Because he did that, he's probably an asshole that doesn't care. And so
Yeah,
those are
so
things
there's no
about
point.
men just being clear in their actions. Because some girl might take him up on the offer because she's like, I just want to fuck. That's it. I'm waiting for some guy to holler at me. And that's why some girls may or may not wear certain things or do certain
Yeah.
things, and why these things get built up. And not every girl that wears a, skanky outfit wants to go and get laid, but
No, yeah.
it is a degree of vanity and attention that we've already touched on.
Yeah.
And that's how you even discern, like, does she want to talk to me or not? If a girl is, like, in sweatpants reading a book.
Maybe. Maybe.
We decide our fits that day on purpose.
Talking about clothing, you were saying
Yeah,
outfits.
like camouflage clothing. You can even just look at a girl and be like, does she physically look if she wants to talk to anyone or not? Because that'll change your response drastically.
Does it
If she-
camouflage mean
Literally,
camouflage? Don't look at me.
it can be. I mean,
I
it
don't
depends on the
exist.
place. Literally.
It's like I just see shoes moving. I don't see.
No, if she's got like her hair in that like type of ponytail that she just did it, and she's like literally not looking at anyone in the street and is probably walking fast.
That's the problem. Guys don't even analyze
You
that.
don't.
And
Not
We just see
some,
a
some
pre-
guys
we just
find
see a
the
pretty
messy
face
bun
and that's
attractive,
it.
bro.
Yeah.
Messy-
it's attractive, but that's not the like.
Mm-hmm.
That's not
We're
the
like,
look.
well,
She's like, come
yeah.
talk to me. Because realistically, even imagine like you're a girl and you're like, I want to tell the time we first met. It's like she probably doesn't want to first have met you in like some random scenario. She wants this to be a romantic story. That's why
So-
we have dates and things like this.
Authenticity is key. Kind of like
Reading the scene, yeah, and being authentic based off it. Being like, oh, okay, she seems like a straightforward girl, I'm gonna be straightforward. Or she seems like she likes to be like wooed, and then I'm gonna go on the element. But you have to at least be like, okay, what is she about? Get you guys like really want to know what you're about, but like just look at her and be like, because it'll come naturally. You guys have it naturally, and everyone overthinks it too much about how to approach women. What do I say? Just hey,
And that,
hey.
yeah.
It's like
That's
no,
just a
yeah,
guy
no,
thing.
that's weird. Obviously, because you're not being yourself. You're being no one. You're just being a person trying to have a conversation.
damn. See, we get told this by other bro. Dude, just be you. This doesn't matter because 1 foot away, you're just like, what do I say?
No.
You forget
You actually
everything.
you don't know who you are. You
Yeah.
don't know who you
What is
are.
my name?
Yeah.
Oh, but like even that, like honestly, I would still tell a girl that because I would be easier on a guy knowing he was nervous just based off that and being like, okay, it's half the
I'm nervous.
yeah, well, half the stupid shit you say, I'm probably just gonna ignore because I know you're nervous, and you have even more leverage now
Yeah.
to be that guy. And so, I honestly, I think all the time about the fact that my boyfriend liked me, but like kind of played me by making me chase him, and I'm like, wow, how did that work?
Yo,
Those are the things you have to figure
give
out
me
what
his
you
number.
like.
Let me DM
Right?
him.
Well,
DM him.
Trust me, he has to apologize for it every day since. So I'm like, remember? He's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry.
My bad.
I love you. Thank you. Appreciate this. So it's even the type of guy you are and what type of girl you want. If you are the seeker, that means you're probably gonna have to take on that role for the relationship. And so if you realistically want a girl that's more proactive, then sit back and be that piece of candy and see who walks up to you, because you might get a crazy strong stallion up in that.
Would you? Would you say that nice guys finish last?
No, what? No, absolutely not. Because assholes get jumped one day by the girl's brother. Nice guys definitely don't finish last. Guys who think they're nice guys definitely finish last.
I was just about to say, guys who think they're nice finish last. That's the shit. That's,
Guys that say nice guys finish last.
So I'm finished last.
It's only because honestly,
That's
nice
it.
doesn't.
I'm walking out.
He's on.
oh my god.
I thought this nice thing was enough to get these girls. What the hell?
What the hell is this?
Niceness is
I
like,
gave her everything. I should receive something back.
yeah, it's
Y'all,
like a
y'all should
weird-
check out the freaky, the kinky, and the virgin. I'm not that nice. The episode 3, 4. I don't remember.
Yeah,
Season
freak-
1. Check it out.
Yeah, free guys also don't finish last. So those are those parts. So
Freaky guys finish last,
don't finish last. Free guys don't finish last.
or do they?
They do not. Well,
Are you
we're talking
confirming
about-
it or are you
talking about
questioning?
literally coming, or are we talking about?
Oh,
Because they probably do finish way later than everyone
no,
else.
I'm talking about
Time.
That's
No,
facts.
but they don't.
But-
They don't finish last. That's why the nice guy thing is whack, because guys think they're being nice for a temporary period,
Yeah.
or they're expecting something in
If you're
exchange for
nice, then be
niceties.
nice. If
Yeah.
you're trying to be nice, then
Or they're being nice and saying it like that because every other time they're not nice. Like, why would you ever bring up niceness if you're just not a nice person? I'm not like, yeah, and I'm like speaking at a regular tone, unless I was always yelling.
what
You know
about
I mean?
like the saying though? Like there's bad boys and then there's this.
Yeah.
You know, I'm talking the
Would you rather
stereotypes.
be with a bad boy or a nice guy?
So I'm with both. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Mine is like that.
Yeah.
He's
Yours is a
actually
hybrid.
both. He's a very I say this all the time. I'm like, you're soft on the inside. Oh, you're a little puppy.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, no. And so it is
No.
one of those ones where you kind of. I think even the bad guys are. It's like.
Hold on, thought. You know those videos where the girl's recording and he's like, oh, boo, boo, boo. He's like, oh, there, and he's like, yo, turn around. Hey, what is that?
Literally that. But that's what I still think bad boys are. It's like what you guys, I think, were saying on a previous episode about Zayn. It's like pillow talk. You were the bad boy of the group, and now you're pillow talk is your sock.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Yeah,
so it's
he
one
was
of
a
those.
bad boy. Look at me. I got a spray room. I wear piercings.
And now I'm with literally the most like blonde model. Yeah, you're real scary, buddy. Like
GG.
So even bad guys, like you think about a lot of other movies where they portray the same thing, it always ends up like that. The girl comes out, he's actually super soft. He had some trauma, whatever it is. Who cares? The bad boy thing that's bad is girls thinking like I'm changing him or I am relative to this persona. If he's a bad boy, then you want that. You have to accept that. And if he's probably going to put your life in danger or his own, you got to be like, okay, I'm with this life. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're bad. You're bad,
Real
bad.
You don't just like cuss your mama. Like, you're bad. And so those type of things, that's just toxic. And that's a whole other spray. So even the nice guy thing and the bad boy are two polars that are the same energy of people trying aggressively to be something false.
Spitting.
Everyone has a
Mind
little
blown,
bit.
though.
A little
Mind
bad, a
blown.
little good. You just find yourself.
You guys better be taking notes, fam.
Women
better
don't
be
need to
taking
intimidate you anymore. Okay, they're like
You can say that, but then when women have their groups and then you're in a club or a bar, you're walking, it's like, oh shit. It's a circle of judgment. They're talking, they're telepathically having a conversation. Look at this motherfucker.
Nah, yeah, you'll be like,
Look at this guy. Really? Those shoes?
I'm gonna tell you right now who finishes first. Okay, silly guys, funny guys,
That's it. Hey.
guys.
Oh my god.
Guys who went to okay.
No.
Honestly, people that are willing to be like, I am both. I am bad. I'm good. I'm silly, and I'm serious.
I'm gonna go up there and be like, yo, I'm a nice guy and a bad guy.
Yeah.
I'm whatever you want me to be, Mama.
got you.
Yeah.
I'm whatever
I'm
you want me to be.
dimensional.
I'm yours.
Yo, I'm hilarious. I can prove to you right now.
I can make you laugh.
Guys need to ask girls more questions. I think that's a big thing that's a big gift you can give a woman without realizing it at all because of the lack of space we get in the world generally, not even just from men, just in life and career, whatever. Being like, hey, tell me about this, or here, do you want time to whatever, or can we go to something that really is interesting to you and spend the time? Like, my boyfriend took me to like probably galleries or something that he didn't care about, but was like, this is space for you. That's like something that most people wouldn't give me or share with me, and that's super beautiful. And something I've said to my friends a lot since I've started hanging out with people, like, thanks for giving me space. Thanks for sharing that with me and allowing me to speak or allowing me to talk about something that's kind of weird or whatever it may be. Poke their brain, because girls don't get their brain poked enough.
Like doing things out of the normal.
Yeah. Be a little weird.
Talking about weird shit, yeah.
Be a little weird. Talk about some weird shit. Because we think about some like sad shit, but we want to talk about weird shit.
I know for a fact that I have a plethora of like I can write a book this like of weird shit that I say.
No, but I think for
Like
guys, it's
weird.
For guys, it's the opposite. We have a lot of weird
We have weird shit, but we don't even know if that fits into
we-
your weird shit.
But like the thing is, we also want to talk about sad shit, but like we don't say that.
Yeah.
I know.
We
And
got
we're the
feelings.
complete opposite.
Yo, right here. Last episode, Jason, the guy, us three, we've sat down. And my guy, my broski, his broski, we've sat down and talked about passionate shit. We like that stuff. And that stuff,
Yeah.
believe it or not,
Late-
guys have more deep talks than like,
Late
whatever
night
you guys
talks.
think we have.
But you guys talk to women like you don't.
I
You're
know,
like,
but
oh,
yeah,
But we
exactly.
gotta be
emotions.
It's there's this portrayed persona of
masculinity, toxic masculinity,
exactly.
big dick
Toxic.
energy.
Yeah, exactly.
Season 1, watch it.
We're just
Listen to
plugging
it.
shit in.
Yeah, put our own shit. Fuck yeah, we're not getting paid by anyone else.
But yeah, no, it's like late night calls past 2:00. We'll be talking shit. Be like, yo, man,
Hours
what
for
am I gonna do
hours.
with my life?
Yeah.
We'll be like, yo, what's your plan for the next 5 years? Or like, what's your plan? You're like 20. What are you gonna do with your life? When do you plan to get married? Like, we talk about that shit.
Yeah, we talk about kids.
Why don't you talk about it with girls though?
Exactly. No,
Because we're not cool enough, bro.
We have to be cool.
Okay, another honestly best skill that I've told
Fuck
men,
kids, bro.
and I've been this for a lot of guys, is like the female friend proxy, where you like tell that friend that's like safe and you don't need to impress her. You tell her all your like
Talking
crazy
about
shit.
friendship, she knows stuff from me. I don't know which one to look. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Going back to what we were talking about, Myana, first time we met, it was really chill. We were just hanging out with Ned and Jason, right?
Yeah,
And then the second time, she brought her what'd you bring?
I brought my tarot cards.
Yeah.
I practice a lot of metaphysical-esque skills.
Called
and
me the
so
fuck out.
That's another one of the thing I do as a proactive woman who don't need to chase no man, but I chase a man.
Yeah.
Okay. Is if you don't want to tell me your
You
truth,
read
I'll
the
just find out, I guess.
Yeah,
And
well,
so-
you found out crazily, and no one would give you any information back before that. Like you didn't
Yeah.
know anything about me, but you did in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
And then the next day, what happened?
I bawled my eyes out.
And a
And
phone
I-
call with me, and so I became, that type of person. So
Yeah.
finding a proxy where you can be like, yo, I'm gonna be true, and then at the very least she can be like my Twitter verification stamp to this girl I like, and be like, oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
authentic, or like he's got emotions, or he's fine, just
Yeah.
ease into it, because that's most of what girls need. Because we've been told not to trust none of y'all ever. Is so much to be like, no, I know him and I trust him. Most guys' friends move weird, so also that's another thing.
What do you
A
mean?
girl may like you, but your friends are probably weird, so you should check your friends as well, because half the time it'll
Are you
be
weird?
like, hey, I like this guy, and then they go to hang out with him, and
Just pointing at each other, all of us. Like,
Are you
who's
weird?
weird? Who's the
Y'all-
fucked up
y'all are
one?
weird.
I know I'm the weird one.
I'm weird.
I've done shit in public that he even's like, yo, stop.
You told me to stop all the time.
Yeah, you know what? If you think I'm weird, this guy tops me. This guy right here. He moans in public. Yo,
oh my god, I love
disclosure. That came out wrong. That is not what I meant. That's what she said. And that other one.
As a jokingly way, I'll be like, if I get hurt, I'll be like, oh. But like, that's it, bro. It's
Not the way you think, you
I
sick
won't be in the
fucks.
mall, be like, oh my god.
no, but that's a good weird.
Yeah, that's a good weird. That's a good
I'd be
weird.
like, yo, your rent kills me. No, it's like, imagine if you're hanging out with a girl and like she had a best friend that was like really, like say really extra and like always like snapping at you, or she just
Like
was
a Karen.
Yeah, just a Karen. Imagine you like this girl and
No
she was
insult
with
to
a
Karens
Karen.
out there. Just
Peace
you know
and
what
love
it
to
is.
the
Karen's a
craze,
great
the
name.
Karens.
It's just-
Great name. It's just don't blame me.
I
Blame
think it
me.
means something about God or Christ. They're really into that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
continue.
Sorry, yeah.
So, anyways, let's say you like this girl. She's the shit, right? But her
The
best friend's
shat.
a Karen.
She's a shat.
Okay, you're gonna get.
She's a shat.
About to
Her
get
best friend's a
bombed.
Karen. You're gonna be like, I don't want to hang out with this girl. She always brings her friend everywhere, and her friend
Yeah.
sucks. And it makes her look bad because you're like, do you share your friends' mentalities? Are you like gonna turn
Like,
into
yeah.
this? Like, is this who you are when I'm not with you? I don't
Exactly.
get this. And so that's what girls do even more, right? Because we overthink with your friends. And like, oh, your friend says something a little sexist. Are you sexist? Oh my god. Oh, that
Gotta
other friend's
check
a little
yourself.
bit racist. Oh, are you racist? You know what I mean? I'm gonna peep your friends and analyze them probably even harder because it's like your parents. Like, who are
Yeah.
the people you surround yourself with? Who are the people that you learn from?
See, I'm more afraid of the parents part in the family. Just because.
My parents are very traditional. I'll tell you right now.
Okay.
They're very traditional people. So like sometimes they only want me to date within like my own.
Filipino.
So your type won't match up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
My parents are not that traditional. They are just very cautious. Because
Okay,
my
yeah,
parents are,
I should've said
they
that.
can't be they can't be traditional because my
should've said
dad's Asian, my mom's Mexican. How the fuck is that traditional?
What tradition? What tradition we follow?
Like,
guys?
yeah, that's like they just, they don't want me going down a path. Like just
It's always the past
always
with ethnic parents.
Yeah, it's
There's
always the
like
path.
paths.
God
No,
damn.
for me, it's my mom.
it's
That's
always
more-
foreign
Like,
foreign
don't go
parents
down the
and
wrong road. It's
road,
like,
yeah. Don't
you
get
got a map,
deported.
bro? What's going on?
Yeah.
Give me the map.
Give me the motherfucking map. Man.
Yeah.
I always talk about it. I never see it.
I never see it. Yeah. Like my dad, he's more chill. Like my
Yeah.
dad's way more chill. But it's my mom. It's my mom who's be like whenever I go out, can you call me when you get there? Can you do this? Can you do that? It's like it's very controlling. But now she's
Men
gotten a
and
bit
their
more used to it.
mamas.
Yeah. See, I'm a mama's boy.
Y'all all are.
I'm a huge mama's boy. but I'm also really close to my dad.
Yeah, me too.
But both my parents are like the FBI. Where are you at? Send me your location. What angle is the sun?
Yep.
What building do you see? Do you know the escape route? I'm like, what is escape route? Is there someone coming after me? Is there like a ninja after me? Like my dad has this mentality like a prepper, and I think it's because he had military, you know, he was younger. But it's intense. That plus OCD that he has, it's like overdrive for me. So that's why I need my space. And the thing is, I'm the most solitary one in my family.
Gotcha.
And I'm a sociable person. So imagine the amount of ness.
It's a lot of energy input that you like,
It's a lot of
ask
stuff.
for all that.
Yeah.
Thanks, though. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think that's a big thing just with the transition of nuclear families, right? You're going from not only just being in your family that you were born into, but also being the son, also having the family name or some of the probably main inheritances, carrying on things that they specifically raised you to do. So that's a big pressure I think men have.
It's like being a tool.
Yeah, and then once you face the removal of the nuclear family, because they're so obsessed with the son, it's a very like hand holding until you get that wife and that house until they're like, okay, you're good.
Right now the focus is on my sister because she's in that age. Like, where's the kids?
But
You
it
already
kind of
have
still
your
ends up
household.
sucky, right? Because then as soon as you have your kids, then they go in on your kids, and you're like,
Yeah.
yo, man, you're gonna have a better life for them.
Hey, yeah.
You need all this. It's and that's where I guess we kind of get the statement, be a man, right? And you kind of have to stand up to your mama and say, listen, I see your family, I like that, I'm gonna do my own thing though.
Yeah.
Thanks for the,
Appreciate it.
thanks for everything, but
I
deuces.
will ask you for help for like
If I
casserole
need it.
recipes and,
Exactly.
like,
What's your spaghetti recipe, Mom? What's
where did
this?
you buy your carpet? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mom,
But-
do you put this soap or the softener?
How do you
That's
set a
it.
table? Like,
But
things that,
don't
like-
tell me how to do my thing because it's my own path. And I feel like I've been lucky because my mom is not the one. She's always so supportive. She's, I would say, like a very she's very liberal. She was more plant-based before I even knew what plant-based was. And she kind of raised me. Like, I've been eating plant-based stuff way before. It was like, I didn't even know what veganism was, and I was already doing it when I was younger.
Yeah.
But then my dad is a carnivore, right? So I still ate meat at that point. But like she was so woke, I could say in that point. Like she was like, wow, fashion wise, just music, artistically, just like the way you can have a conversation. I mean, Jason knows that for a fact. Ned still hasn't met my mom. Hey, we're back from that brief intermission. I don't even know what the fuck we were talking about. We're talking about parents and how that influences also our personalities towards how we reflect ourselves
as
onto
well as
others.
the choices we make in
Exactly.
our partners.
Yeah, you're making a very good point. I don't remember what it.
Thankfully I do
was-
remember the woman's strategy.
Yeah.
No, just to be to take a second to talk to your parents, analyze those relationships, and figure out which parent is a similar parent, and that opposite parent you should probably amend because you will manifest them as your partner. And so if you have like a crazy mom or like your dad is super controlling, I'm telling you, without realizing it, you will look after that person because you've absorbed the other half of your parent's partnership.
That's some Freud right there, shit right there.
That
yeah.
is exactly
Assimilation.
It is a
Is it
Freudian,
Freudian?
young
Yeah, Freudian.
discovery. Yes.
That cat knew what he was talking about. That Austrian cat.
Exactly. And
That guy.
I think that's why a lot of men, especially in this day and age when we're unveiling toxic masculinity and stuff like that, probably stems from like maybe even war period of absence of a lot of masculinity and then hyper masculinity on the other end. Most of the good men or the honorable men potentially dying in wars because they were so honorable and leaving us with a bunch of weirdos that kind of dodged going into the war. And they're like, are these guys good? So you have like war vets with PTSD.
She's
and then you have
saying
people that like evaded the war.
the gene pool got fucked up in humanity. So all the good ones died off.
Maybe. I'm not like trying to go after noble people or anything. Don't hate me. But based off of capitalism, certain economic structures, and some of these weird presidents that, like Trump, who evaded the war,
Yeah.
you end up with these weird psychopaths. And so as we heal toxic masculinity, it's almost a recreation because there was so much absent fatherhood or so much incorrect. even you guys have a huge responsibility now of redefining what that looks like.
Of what man is.
Yeah. What is a man? What is your responsibility? What do you want to do? What is expected of you?
Yeah.
What do you want women to expect of you? It's all super important. So girls, there's a lot of girls still bouncing off of toxic masculinity, expecting certain things from men that are toxic.
Yeah, building off from our previous episode we did based on toxic masculinity, I did refer to it, you know, we mentioned how my dad was always like, oh, you know, like angry at times, and I think that reflects, and you have like a shadow you have to, you know, you have to shine on, you know, so you can have like a step ahead. But it's like chasing something that you'll never really achieve. Therefore, I told myself, hey, you know what? I'm going to create something else. So I don't have to achieve this. Fuck this. I'm going to make my own thing.
Yeah, and you should. And it should be more integrated because, you know, your mom's also important.
My mom mostly is my motivation.
Exactly. And
in the
so
sense
then
artistic.
you get an opportunity to be like, okay, some of the more mechanics of being a man I will take from my dad because that's just the standard, and it will be passed the same way to my kid, I'm sure. But the dimension, the way you exercise that, the parts of your personality that are colorful, you have the opportunity to take from anywhere. And that's when people mess up, is if they're like, I'm just going to run with the whole being a man thing and don't develop any other part of their personality.
That shit just
really
affects
toxic.
the people around you and yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah. I can go on with, like, you know, establishing new territory for men, right? What is being a man? I feel like being a man is just being you, in the sense that don't compare yourself with others. Don't compare yourself with superheroes or actors or stuff. No, being a man is taking your own path and making sure you're not affecting the lives of others. Being a man is making sure you can facilitate others and like their lives and their problems. You can help them accomplish things. I think that's what being a man is. Nothing to do with having a big dick, being straight. You know, it has nothing to do with sexual orientation or you know.
No, it's masculine energy, big dick energy we talked about, but even in spiritual worlds they call it like the divine masculine, which is this, you know, complete person still, but it works in very intensely in synchronicity with the feminine aspect, where the things you're naturally gifted, you are meant to utilize. Things like strength, utilize it in a way that's efficient by defending things that you are meant to defend from, evil or attackers, and not trying to use your physical strength in areas that are
to
not
empower.
Productive. Exactly. And so I think a lot of even toxic masculinity in this day and age of us not even having like land or stable jobs, it's men wanting to defend something but not really knowing what they're supposed to defend.
It's like defending something that doesn't exist.
Yeah,
it's
like
why
I have that instinct.
What is the guard for? What's the shield?
Exactly.
You're not going to war. I feel like the more you open up, the more you communicate, verbalize what you're feeling, telling yourself it's okay to feel this way. It's okay that I'm in the dark. It's okay that I can shed a tear.
Yeah, and use your
I need
support
help.
system.
When you can, I think, admitting help and like saying, you know what, I can be weak. That is being a man right there, admitting to your own faults.
Yeah, or like that hurt. Or
that
like
hurt.
That really made me really sad.
Yeah, so you know, it's making sure people are aware of who you are. You're not masking yourself, because the minute you mask yourself, then you're creating another facade. Then that's just,
and you're really just saving it for later because it'll come back.
It'll come back. It'll bite you in the ass.
Right. The thing is, you don't find this shit out early. You find it way later.
And I find men end up unfortunately finding out in like really harsh ways because you guys don't read between the lines, so they end up in jail or they end up in fights or confrontations or crazy really physical altercations that have to then translate into the mind, which is traumatizing, right?
It's after the problem you're like, oh shit.
It's that character development.
And like guys love it, right? And they're just like, yeah, and I had to go and be tough and and it's like, that's your story and your experience, and if that's the way you want to learn, if you're physical, absolutely, I encourage tasting as many things. Travel, be on feet, be physical. But if you're like, yo, realistically, that's how people want me to learn, but it's not how I'm going to learn about masculinity, go and talk to some men that you admire. Go out into the world, talk to some men that own restaurants that you really like to go to, or talk to writers, talk to people that are expressive men that
who built something from the ground,
or maybe will tell you things that most men don't talk about. That even, you know, is truth but is not spoken much. I feel like there's something that needs to be said between men themselves, like, you know what, we are men, but we face these issues. We have to stop saying, you know, complaining and whining is a girly thing. Why is it a girly thing? If you're voicing stuff out, why does this have to be? We have to stop categorizing. I think you're more of a pussy if you are gonna bitch and complain and get into a fight with a guy versus actually taking a second to de-escalate a confrontation. because that's some real pussy, childish little girl shit. To be like, what are you doing? Instead of like, I've actually been like with my boyfriend at a place where a guy called me a chick, and he goes, okay, no, you're gonna apologize, you're gonna leave, we're gonna leave too. So everyone's leaving. We're not doing this. And he didn't get it, even though it was like super offensive. And he could have been enraged. He could have been like, that's my girl, and I'm at a bar, and I can fight here, and it'll be, you know, everyone will be fine.
It will be legendary.
Right, and she insulted her, and so I'll be able to get away with it because it's honorable. And that's the knight in shining armor thing. That
that's where the
give back to
big
yourself.
dick energy comes back again.
And you're like, I'm going to save her. But save yourself a little bit.
I feel like men are
we
just
get nervous
cavemen.
of.
I actually feel like men are actually undeveloped humans, and women were just superior. Because, dude, it's time and time again. When do you see... I feel like women have more of a de-escalation process than men.
I feel like men can be the house and women can be the electricity. And it's kind of like, you know, what is a house if the air ain't on and the water don't work and the lights don't go on? But
It's an
at the same
empty
time,
shell.
you know, if I am electricity, what am I running through if not something?
You're
and
the power.
That's the symbiotic relationship that seems really traditional that a lot of people are getting frustrated with, where they want to be
Both.
in sync with someone. It turns into codependency or whatever it may be, when really just energy exchange. Okay, if I'm physically stronger, I'm going to make sure that she is physically safe in exchange for being emotionally available, because I know she'll help me with that a lot. And even if
it's a place where I can release...
because she's trusting you by being like, yo, this guy's not going to beat me or rape me or whatever.
Exactly.
So that's a huge trust. You also have to be like, okay, she's not going to laugh at me if I cry, or she's not going to make me feel bad if I say that hurt my feelings. Or like if I get upset about something genuinely she said and it was mean and she needs to apologize, she will actually do that because you shared it.
And that being said, if you're in a relationship currently and you're hearing this and it's one-sided and you feel like you can't share, you feel like you're scared to do something, scared to be yourself, you're like, the minute he or she walks out the door, you're like, oh, finally, kind of stuff, then that is not get out. Get out right now, because I'm telling you, it's going to save a lot of time.
Get out. Maybe look back at who that person was when you first met them and see if that was a dangerous circumstance.
Did you fall in love with the idea of that person or the actual person they are?
Absolutely. And even understanding, like we went back to in the beginning, what are your intentions? You know,
Exactly.
Are you with this person because they're giving you positive, you're just sucking energy from them, you just need happiness from somebody, and like you actually don't like them, but they make you feel stimulated, or and those little things. And it's tough conversations, and I don't even know if it's necessarily like you need to break up. I think a lot of people don't live in their truth, and a lot of times people break up instead of just being like, yo, I don't like that, and the other person will be like, oh, me neither. Oh my God, I thought you did. And you have those moments because we're all really young. And I don't think we really realize how little experience we have interacting with diverse humans. As much as we have the internet and these weird things being exposed more, being normal because of the amount of trauma we experience is hard. So being like, hey, let's have a normal conversation, not about COVID, not about war, not about violence, not about Black Lives Matter, not about people getting shot. Like, so impossible. So being like, oh my God, how do I have a relationship not built on trauma? Is super difficult.
Everything is trauma around us.
Right?
Everything is escalated to something out of the ordinary. Like right now, Kanye is getting shit for naming his shoes after
the Islamic
angels
of death and judgment.
Yeah. Which I was like, there we go, you know?
Right?
It's conflict is everywhere. But we can also tie this to cancel culture. You're so scared to say the wrong thing. Not because you know it's the wrong thing, because you don't know if anything can be the wrong thing.
Yeah.
People can say, like, there's these jokes now, you know, like, hey guys, what about the plants? What about the, you know, like the bullshit, right? And you're like, fuck, you're a victim. And you have to do a
lot of, like, it's almost like disclosure lawyer speaker, like, this for all intents and purposes, I am not sexist, I am not like
exactly. And we've done that. Jason's been on an episode when we had the broski, like the bro episode. We're like, we're not saying we're not misogynistic. We love women, because we said, you know, we were saying that what's the bros before hoes. We're not saying women are hoes. It's just the same. We didn't make it. It was there already when we came to be men. Yeah. We just you know.
But you can also redefine it. You can pick new words. Hey, we have a whole ass language. That's so lame, though.
I'm just kidding.
What is it? Dicks before chicks is another one.
Dicks before chicks.
Very polite and classy. I mean, honestly, even with that one, the bros before hoes thing that people like take a lot of insult or debate about. Bros before hoes.
Guys can be hoes
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. As soon as you call it bros before hoes, it becomes a whole other argument on about sluttiness.
They could literally
right?
say bros before girls because it kind of sounds, but
Girls versus boys thing.
yeah.
But I think the whole statement implies that the girls, the people that you're putting your friends before, are not on the same level. So already, it's not talking about someone you consider wifey material or someone you want to marry. Because realistically, that girl will become before your bros. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
You won't be like, oh yeah, my friend fucking Bob down the street who like I play basketball with. I definitely put him above
Exactly.
my wife.
Watch every watch every
these
movie,
hoes,
dude.
obviously, like I could say my fucking lunch comes before hoes. Of course.
Food becomes
Their house. They're for the streets. Did we establish that everyone comes for them?
belong to the streets.
So I'm actually, if anything, I guess more here for bros before hoes because it gets to the point. The hoes are hoes. They are nothing, and that's not for women or men. It's just for the low lives out there.
Yeah.
It's the scumbags,
The
genderless or
The
otherwise.
dirt bags.
The
The
dirtbag,
scumbags.
I think a lot of people can be scummy too, and that's a big issue of people that come off as a nice guy and that whole thing, and actually being like, oh, you are actively having to put this on right now because you're normally not like this, and I can tell because you're putting it on right now. It doesn't flow. It's not something you give to other people that aren't giving you service. That's why they say, look at how he talks to waitresses or how he is with dogs or children. Because those another good, oh my God, it's one of my favorite nice tests. This is a famous one. If you put the shopping cart back, because you don't have to put a shopping cart back. No one's going to punish you. It's not illegal. There's no reason to. No one's watching you. But if you put it back, it's just you genuinely being a nice person because you know someone will have to put it back. And that's a perfect test to be like, is this guy genuinely nice? And girls do those tests
I'm the
all
shopping
time.
cart guy because one time someone left a shopping cart next to my car, and when I opened it, fucking hit my car. I was like, dude,
Exactly.
put it back. It's right there. It's right there.
But you don't want
It's
that to happen to someone else's car. right?
Exactly.
And that's
And
empathy.
but one time I was pushing back, like, do you know where I put the cars? And the guy works. I was like, I bet he's not the kind that puts it back, right? I'm like, but you work. He looked at me like, yeah, I'll take it. I was like, don't give me attitude. I'm trying to help you, man.
Perfect comparison. And he probably is a scumbag.
If I may, what do you make of the person that pushes it all the way like the grocery cart thing, but like doesn't actually lock it in? They kind of just like,
Nah, that's just extra. That's the kind of
Okay,
if you're
really,
you're a nice
nitpicking,
guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
then you're like, dude,
We own saints like you, Jesus.
yeah, it's like you're going to heaven, bro.
It's more just being like,
He
yo,
locked it, guys. He
Exactly.
clipped it.
Yeah.
He did the extra. I mean, I think it's the difference between getting like a B or like an A plus. Like, yeah, it's your top of the class. Okay, we get it. But like, unless you really feel
Unless
like,
you do the extra.
He's the guy with the colored pencils.
Yeah.
but I love it, and so that's why he probably is with a very sweet heart, a very ultra sensitive lady who's like, yes, I need that extra amount. Go
what
there.
tests do you guys have to see if a guy's truly a nice guy?
If he's good at animals.
Yeah, the animal tests. Not taking tabs of things. Like, that was one of the biggest things. My boyfriend gives me little gifts just to do them, and it's never giving me
Give me
jewelry
back.
or anything crazy,
Oh.
or even like, oh, I got you. Like, you never.
How about you
just
give
be
me?
like,
Yeah.
I brought coconuts so we could have coconut water. It's just like, what? And so those little things of someone just thinking of you out of scenario.
I do this more with my broskies. Hey guys, I got us this.
Yeah.
Why? Like, just guys. Oh, okay.
Girls want. We want you to think. I want you to think about me in the last place, the last time you would ever think of me. I want you to be like, you know what? This would be more fun if she was there. Oh my God, it'd be more fun if she like. And those are the parts that girls notice in between the lines because those are the things you can't lie about. They're micro details.
It's the small things that matter.
It's the small things. And
there you
even
go.
when they say things like, guys need to do this or dates or whatever. You've seen so many of those posts where it's like, does this count as a date?
Yeah.
Does this count as a date? Yes. For me, yes. If you decided we are spending time and space together, that's
Put
a
my
date.
phone on mute.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Because it means that you've carved something out. You've thought of me. You're creating.
You took the time.
You know what I mean? You're creating for
Yeah.
us. You're putting intention. You're putting energy into this.
Yeah, empathy to something that's
We
going to
could be
develop.
fucking
into
literally
something else.
sitting on a bench eating a Snickers bar. I don't care. I'll call it a date because you're here with me. You chose to be, and you can't leave until the end. You want to be.
You
here.
can't leave until I finish
Yeah.
my Snickers.
Snicker bar time.
Like
Right now.
if you treat a girl the way you would treat your bros, of course there's a certain level, right?
Oh shit!
What if you treated a girl
treat
the
a girl
same way you treated like one of your?
We'd go to jail.
No, but then I'm telling you.
No, I think it's onto it. I mean, I don't know what you do with your boys.
I don't know what you're doing, bro. You have never done.
Girls like crazy. Girls even too. I mean, like I'm an ultra sensitive, so even like my boyfriend has to be very gentle with me. But we even like to play, like, you know, rough each other up, and we'll tease you, and we'll do the roast game and shit like that. It's finding someone that's on the same level as far as their capacity, and being like, oh, she's like one of those girls that can hang. And if that's you and you're like, yo, I need someone that can really roll with the punches because I'd be out here, then make sure you're looking for that. And don't go after a girl who's ultra sensitive, or a girl who's kind of shy, or a girl who's like, oh, things that make me
But is it fair to maybe always want to share everything? Like, have the things you want to share with the girl, and then have the things that are only for the boys.
Yes.
Right.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I think that's
Because that's what I had a conversation with Jason. Like, I would never bring a girl into our boy group chat.
And I don't think you should.
Can't.
It's invasive.
I would bring you to mine.
Yeah, and Ned was like, yeah, I'll bring you to mine. And we're like, nah. And then he specifically said, Myana would be like, no. Yeah, no.
You guys would leave the chat after a minute.
Most
Because it's
likely.
just the shit that we talk about. It's not necessary.
Same thing. The shit that we say is not necessary.
Exactly. And so that's, even too, it's another gift you can give someone is space, and being like, here, yep, that's your thing, go do it. I literally don't. I will. A good girlfriend will tell you, I don't actually want to be a part of this at all.
Like,
You don't do
just
that.
the stickers alone that I send. That's
And even it's one of those things where if I decide, you know what, I don't want you to have that with the boys, I mean, I'm taking on that energy, and I have to be your boy, and like I don't want to have to be your girlfriend and your boy, and like it's just like I'm already probably your caretaker in some way. It's this is too much.
I'm already your emotional support, all this.
And it gets really conflicting because you're like, wait, do I take that as an insult as like his girlfriend, or
It's
is that
too
like
much,
a
yeah.
joke thing as a friend, or like
Then that's when you get overwhelmed with the relationship.
exactly.
I feel like that's the stuff you have to establish in the beginning. Hey, I'm going to have my time for you, and that time is going to be for you, but there's going to be times that I just want to hang with the boys. And do not take any offense of it, because it's me and them sharing just our traditional things. It has nothing to do with you. I don't love you any less. I don't appreciate you any less. It's just their time as well.
Yeah, I mean, even too, making it like, and I think it's about being present in those times, right?
Yeah.
If you are hanging out with your girlfriend, you're not talking to the boys at the same time, because you've created a different space and a different vibration for that. And so when you are in those situations, she will also be like, yeah, it's okay, you can hang out with them, because he literally has been like full focus with me for the last 4 hours, and like I also probably need a break. And that thing works a little bit better, and it probably helps the whole relationship be fulfilled if someone has hobbies and has their separate space. I think it comes down to people don't, like you said, disclose it in that way and are like confrontational, obvious about it. Like, hey, this is my space, this is my time. I do love you, we have our space, but they're separated, and there's a reason for that.
It's like a lunch break.
And it makes everything better. And I have a best friend like that too. My boyfriend, if he ever overheard our conversations, I don't even think he would understand because of how obscure the things we
It's like a
talk
different
about.
language.
It's a different language. And so either I'm deciding you're going to come and try and learn this language. Yeah, and you don't know what it is, and it's like fucking annoying, and I didn't really actually want to teach you this.
I think the worst one would be Fall Guys.
Exactly. I don't really, my boyfriend will play Destiny, let's say. He'll go and play. I have zero interest in learning this game. But did I buy gaming headphones? Because guess what that did? It gave me more space and time. And it was a mutual gift. And although some girlfriends might be like, oh my God, you think he might play more video games? I'm like, really? He won't. Because guess what? When he plays video games, I gave him that full space to a point where he's like, wait, where'd she go? Where'd she go?
Yeah.
I'm like nowhere in the vicinity. So he actually legitimately will
Puts
turn
the controller down.
put it down and be like, okay, like, where did you go? Because I'll leave the room. I'll
It's
be
like
like, I'm going to go do something else.
See,
That's
guys
your
are like
time.
little puppies.
That guys are like puzzles.
Dude.
All right, yeah, boys, see you later.
You know what? yeah.
Exactly.
You know, guys are like puppies. We like to do that. We like to have the bark. We think we have the bark, but it's no bark because we're fucking
And I'll literally
soft
pick
inside.
you up and be like, okay, relax.
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah.
Relax. And that's it. And so even honoring that, I think it makes a big difference. And that's what also, like I said, giving that to girls as well, being like, oh, babe, you go shopping, have fun, go do your thing or whatever. And I think the considerate part is just matching up those times. If you want to have your solo time, see if you can line it up to when she's doing that. If she's going to work, make that the time with the boys so that at least it's a little bit more seamless.
I feel like the shopping thing has changed. I feel like guys like shopping now. Like Robin and I go shopping, Jason and I go shopping.
We
love
just
shopping.
window shop. It doesn't even matter what look like. Oh, that looks
That's
sick, bro.
you saw that? Yeah, like, yeah.
Yeah, but also going shopping with boys in the mall also involves walking slowly and looking at girls. So that's a boy thing. That's like your separate thing. And or at the very least, like just going into men's stores that don't have anything for me. And so
Video games.
Yeah, you go shopping, like I'll go.
Yeah.
And it's sharing space, and even to being like introduce her to the boys, you know, make us time for all of you guys to hang out together so it doesn't feel so alienated. But definitely be like, okay, I'm out, honey, and take those spaces alone. Don't bring all the boys over to the house when she clearly wants to have a night in, and it's like fucking awkward, and she doesn't want to be an asshole. That shit's annoying. That's when it gets
and it
resentful.
tires. It's like drains you emotionally. You're like,
So
you have to
my
put a
oh my
facade.
god, this is like one of my favorite things. Is both me and my boyfriend have social anxiety, and it's no kink intended. The only safe word we have, for when we're in social situations, we'll say sushi, and that's like no matter what, we were going like because the other person has decided I'm vetoing this. I can't do this anymore. I want to be out. Whatever it may be. So if he's like, hey, like, babe, I want to go out with da-da-da-da-da. Like, you can sushi if you want. I'm like, no, it's good. Because I know that out is available. And if I do really get anxious, he will fully honor it and be like, okay, cool, I'm coming home. But then it gets used way less because you've already talked about it. And you've been like, okay, you know what? I'm fine. It's cool. And you don't even come to that resentment point because you know you guys have that communication available. So those little things definitely make a difference. I think that's the truth part, right? And where men get misled, where they're like, but what if I'm not going to tell her because she just might get mad. She's
gonna think this about me.
Yeah, she might think this, or what if she did that, or she might take it the wrong way. It's like, honestly, she'll only take it anyway if you give her less to go with.
Exactly. Like the only way it's gonna go bad is if you don't communicate.
And she has to start assuming. You know what I mean?
And assuming just that the minute you start assuming in a relationship, that's the
It's a wrap.
downfall. Yeah, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. And
On the nose, man.
Yeah.
because
Don't
you're
assume.
not, because then you start creating your own little story, and
Because
you don't even ask questions
If you
anymore.
assume, then you're not trusting anymore. And the whole foundation that the building of relationships is just trust right there. So one just knocks down everything
Trust,
else.
transparency, you know, and even creating that dialogue so that, you know, those different things like, you know, you maybe have issues with specifically in that dynamic, you address, you pointed out, being like, hey, babe, you know what? I know I really have a problem with kind of talking to my friends way more, or like I'm not really around as much, or we don't get as much personal time as you want. I'm sorry, I'm working on it. Keep on me about this. Like I'm trying,
It's
but
like,
I'm asking you to keep
It's
on
like
me.
saying, hey, I'm faulty. I'll do better. I'll be better.
And
Just
that's
keep me
the
up.
feminine part about being a man that I think needs to be embraced, the anti-toxic masculinity, where you say, oh my god, this is my weak spot, just so you know, I'm sorry, but like, try and help me here. I'm asking you, and I also am willing to accept the help.
I feel like something that also has to be embraced, just to start wrapping this up, you know, take care of yourself physically. Like, moisturizer. Get a mani-pedi. It's okay. I get them. I feel clean. I love them. You know,
Nothing is
it's
hotter
good to
than
take
man
care of your
fresh out the
skin.
shower,
Holy
you know what I
crap.
mean? Come do face masks with us. We love it.
I do face masks with my sister.
Let us do spa day with you. We'll
We're-
take care of you.
Oh,
We
you
love
know
it.
what? I'm gonna start doing my own face mask night and keep up with season 6 of How to Get Away with Murder.
See, oh my god, send that in a text. I'm telling you, she'll be like, oh my god.
Yeah. Ice cream face mask. I bet there's gonna be a level where I'm gonna start doing that on broskies. Yo, I got the raspberry face mask. No way. Can you give me the lime or something like that? Yo, charcoal mask night.
No, but that's when you'll meet the girl right in that face mask aisle, and she'll be like, "Oh," and you're like, "Yeah, that one's really good. The charcoal one."
I actually
love it."
recommend
She's
this one because it has this acid that kills it. Oh, he knows his face masks.
like, "His skin is so good."
Can I touch it?
Literally, send me that skincare routine, baby.
Well, so to wrap this up, thank you guys for watching. And, this is an important episode. It's just like our self-love one in the season 1. But it's important to keep reminding and asking us questions. What can I do? What am I doing wrong? How can I be better? And it's great to have some like insight from the opposite side. So if you're a girl listening now, you get why we are just cavemen. And now if you're a guy, you understand now. You're like, oh, I see.
And women don't need to intimidate you because you just need to probably ask more questions.
Yeah.
There you go. That's it.
We've exposed some guy secrets, but it's for a good cause.
It's for good cause. It's like
it's not because like we want you to be.
Broke the boy code, guys. You're out.
fuck that.
This is for a good cause.
This is for good cause. It's
I
like
do all the time.
win-win.
Like, I don't know why men take women advice from other men. You guys need to get you a good girlfriend that'll hold it down and keep it real.
I always ask my homies like, "Yo, what do I do?"
Another guy's
Oh, just hit her up.
Do
hit
it,
her up. Just say, hey,
dude. Just text her. Go. Do it right now.
send a meme.
Pussy.
Yeah. You won't do it. But
won't
see,
do it. You
this
won't
is
do
why I when I'm in the deep, I'm like, "Yo, Ned, what do I do?" And she's like, "Don't."
But you
text."
come to us when it's too late. You're like,
Exactly.
"God." And then I fucked her, and then I haven't texted her, and now she's like, it's like, Buddy.
Spilling my secrets.
Call me first. Call me
I mean,
Call me first.
call
Yeah.
me literally the minute you're like, I've seen this girl on Instagram. Don't do anything yet. Call me first.
I'll tell you what to do.
I love it.
Well, that's to wrap it up. You know, we're
Yeah.
ending this on, don't be a man, be you. That's my motivational thing. Don't be a man, be you.
I need that on my
Don't-
t-shirt.
yeah, I'm gonna make that. Like the disruptive merch. Don't be a man, be you. Yeah, there you go. So we love you guys. Stay tuned for the next episode, and thank you so much. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching this episode of the Disruptive Podcast. Make sure to like the video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and check out our other social media platforms, IG, Twitter, and we're also on Spotify, iTunes, and Google Podcasts. So be sure to check us out and stay tuned.